All right, so we just got a call from a customer, and they're having tons and tons of fish loss. Anything that they add in their tank, any new fish they add in their tank is dying. And the ones that have been in there are slowly wearing away and not doing well either. Now they got some new fish from a local fish store, and apparently that's how this disease got in. They called us up, we gave them our recommendation, which is the only way to cure whatever's in there is to do a complete restart. They did not want to do that at the beginning, but I think over the past couple of months they've been losing more and more fish, and they've decided that, you know, to save the tank, this is what we have to do. To be honest, guys, I'm really tired. I'm really tired because this is like our 5th or so tank breakdown that we've done this in like a month span. It's a lot of work to do this, and this is why quarantine is so important. I don't want to have to break down tanks. It's a pain in the butt. So we're going to be going to the customer's house today. We're going to be catching out all their fish, and then they're going to go ahead and do a fallow period, which means they're going to have their tank completely empty, devoid of any type of fish. Let's try to make the best of it. I figured let's make a video of it so that, you know, hopefully this can help others. So I've rambled enough. Let's go ahead to the job. So we're here at the job right now, about to go inside and see just how bad this situation is, what we're looking at. All right, without further delay, let's go in. All right, well, here's the tank. It's really, really big, so we got our work cut out for us. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lights on right now, but you can just see the size of this tank right now. This is well over 6 feet from here to here. I'm thinking more 8 foot. This is a big, big aquarium, so. All right, let's get these lights on. All right, well, we got the lights on. One of them is not working. It seems like it's overheating for some reason. You ready for this, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
And let's see what fish we have in here. Now, these fish have some type of disease. We got a blue reef chromis. We have a neon goby. Another damsel. We have some triggers around here somewhere. PJ cardinal. Royal grandma in the back, a bunch of little fish. We got trigger, blue jaw trigger. The gorgonians are looking great though. Those are doing really well. We got 3 monos over here. Another PJ cardinal in the back, and I'm sure there's probably some more fish hidden underneath this rockwork somewhere. We definitely have our work cut out for us. Let's take a step back here and let's look at this rockwork. All this is gonna have to come out because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to catch those smaller fish. So this is gonna be quite the challenge. All right, so right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking some of this rock out. I'm gonna start with the rock with the coral first, and we're gonna put some of it in the sump and then some of it in containers. Make sure it's submerged in the salt water. And then after that, we're gonna remove some of the rock with no coral on it and put that in containers. Just try to give us as much room as possible to get into the tank to be able to catch these fish. There's a lot of fish in here. I mean, look, my favorite fish right here, little green spotted puffers out. We got 6-line wrasse, a bunch of fish as we're getting in there that are starting to pop out. So I'm thinking that we probably have close to 20 fish in this tank. And the more rock we get out of there, the quicker this can be, but also the less chance these fish will have in hurting themselves when we're trying to catch them. So, oh, look, another little stand, little diamond goby. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that out, and my cameraman Ryan's gonna help me, so cut to that. One thing I wanna point out is you can see we have a couple of blood shrimps on this rock, which one just dislodged itself. When breaking down tanks, a lot of times the fish hide in these rocks, so you gotta be very, very careful. Look, that shrimp just popped out right there. You gotta be very careful as to not, you know, make sure that you don't have any fish that are stuck in one of these crevices. So you gotta be really thorough when you're looking through the rock. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. There is a fish inside of this. You can see him wiggling around there. I picked this rock up and there's a 6-line wrasse that is inside this rock. All right, so we got all the rock out right now. We have it in 2 bins here, rock with no coral, rock with bits of coral, and then we have some more in the sump. So this tank is completely empty now. However, the new challenge is this light and this light keep overheating and they keep going out. So there's a lot of shadowing and the fish are really starting to freak out, which I don't like. Also, it's making it a lot harder to see the fish when trying to catch them. So we definitely got our work cut out for us. but we're getting a better look at what fish are in here. So you have a falco hawkfish. Like we already saw the monos. We have, oh, look at this. It's hard to see through the fog of the lights, but there is an emperor angelfish also in there. Yeah, so it's, you can see the light just went off again. It's dark. This has become a real problem. So
what's going on?
We'll just have to get through it.
Yep.
I got my trusty net here, and I'm going in. Well, I got these plastic little dividers here, which we use at the shop. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the tank and use them as dividers because this tank is extremely long. So if I can divide this tank up and kind of corral the fish into one spot, that's gonna help me a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in there, make my life a lot easier because I don't wanna be chasing these fish around. Well, it's been a battle, but finally caught the last fish. That's the last fish that we have in here. So that was quite a workout. These dividers definitely helped do the job, especially with such a large tank. All right, so we got all the fish out of the tank right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these fish back to the shop and we're gonna set up quarantine tanks for them, and we're gonna treat every single last one of them because there is a disease in this aquarium. There's some type of parasite that is killing fish. So we're gonna go take them back to our shop and treat them. And then the customer does not want the fish back because I think they're going to completely redo the type of fish they have in the aquarium. I think that they realize that they got a wrong combination of fish and they want to go a different route. So this is also a good time for them to kind of start clean, start over. But let's go head back to the shop and get these fish in some quarantine. All right, we are back at the shop now and we got the fish here. We're gonna take them out of the bags and I'm gonna do something interesting. So we have the fish in the bags, and I'm gonna start acclimating them, and I'm going to give them a hydrogen peroxide bath. So I currently have all the bigger fish that we bagged up in a hydrogen peroxide bath. I'll be doing this bath for 30 minutes just to kind of treat any external parasites, just kind of a precautionary thing to do before we put them in our quarantine tanks. I just like to try to get rid of anything that could possibly be on them, flukes or any type of ciliate or parasite. So we're gonna give them a bath for 30 minutes. They're a little bit stressed out, but you know, we can't take the chance of any type of cross-contamination getting in here in our quarantine system. And then in this bucket, another hydrogen peroxide bath going. We have the smaller fish, so the PJ Cardinal, a couple of the damsels, clownfish, etc. will be going into here and get their hydrogen peroxide bath, and then we'll separate them in their own aquariums. All right, so we have the trigger, the angel, and the monos in this 29-gallon tank. Real quick, Tommy, do you want to explain what you're doing right now?
Sure. So in the syringe, I measured out 2.1 milliliters of formalin. See, I'm using a glove. Formalin is it's not something that you want to come in contact with. It's not something that you want to use if you're not, you know, competent to use it. But it's a very potent anti-parasitic, and we're trying it on some of the fish that we've been using copper metro on in the past.
So we're looking at the fish right now. I'm not seeing anything that stands out to me, but they definitely have a disease because we've seen some issues with these fish before in the past. But I'm kind of happy. I'm very happy with the way the transport went. And right now everybody's just kind of settling in. But visually, I don't see any signs of any specific disease as of yet, but we know it's there. And the gill movement seems to be fine. And even after all the stress that we've put these guys through, they're still pretty chill. There's no heavy breathing or anything like that. In this little 10-gallon, we have a clownfish and a reef chromis, and then also a little neon goby all together, and a PJ Cardinal somewhere back there as well. So everybody's in their tanks right now. I'm gonna let them chill. I'm not gonna bother them too much. I put a little bit of brine in there, kind of, you know, some live brine. That way they can pick and choose when they want to eat, when they're comfortable. I'm gonna be done with them today. Let's go ahead and check on them tomorrow. And we're back. It's the next day. We're gonna check on the fish and see how they're doing. All right, tank number 1 here. Puffer looks good so far. I don't know where the other fish is. They got a damsel up front, so that's a good sign. And the monos are still, everybody looks healthy. Everybody looks good. Still seem a little bit skittish, but we're gonna go ahead and feed them pretty soon. Hopefully we can get more of the fish to come out. Oh, we got the trigger coming out to eat in the same tank with the monos, so that's a good sign. Happy to see that. So all the fish in this tank right here seem to be doing well. And then here are the fish in the 10-gallon tank, the smaller fish, the clown, the tilefish, the blue reef chromis. I'm not really seeing anybody. Clownfish is out though. Chromis is underneath that sponge filter. Then the filefish is eating, and the PJ Cardinal's eating too. So that's a good sign. So we're gonna end the video there. We have a long way to go. These fish will have to make it through a 4-week quarantine period. They have some type of ciliate on them. I can see some spots and some discoloration, but they seem healthy enough. They're eating, they seem active enough to recover. Make no mistakes about it, quarantine is going to be a bit of a stressful period for them, so we're gonna have to monitor them closely. We are not out of the woods yet. We're gonna do our best to get these fish back to 100% healthy and find them a really good home where they'll thrive and not be stressed out. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on how they're doing, but I got jobs today, I gotta get going. But thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, quarantine everything that goes into your tank. Bye.